What's going on, buddy? My name is Eason, and welcome back to another video. Today, we're going to get a topic 2.4 for AP Comparative Government and Politics, and we're going to learn about executive term limits. So, term limits is just the amount of time that a president can stay in office and be president when we're talking about executive term limits. There's other term limits in our countries, like for being in Congress or another part of the legislative branch, but we're going to get into that later on. So let's get started with the executive term limits. So we're going to go through each 6 of our course countries and talk about their term limits and how they've changed over time. So we're going to start with China, which has no term limits for their president. And this started in 2018 when the National People's Congress, the legislative branch, lifted the previous 10-year term limit. In Iran, Iranian law gives the supreme leader a 10-year term limit and the president a 4-year term limit, but the president can have 2 terms. In 2012 in Russia, term limits were raised to 6-year from the previous 4-year term limit for 2 consecutive terms for the president, and this was established with a constitutional amendment under Putin's presidency. In Mexico, there's a sexenio, which is a single 6-year term limit established in the constitution for the executive branch. In Nigeria, there's a 4-year term limit for 2 consecutive terms given to the president, established from the constitution as well. In the United Kingdom, there's no term limits as the prime minister is chosen by parliament, but a parliament election occurs every 5 years, so the prime minister may change if the political views shift in parliament. Alright, so we established the term limits in our 6 countries, so now we need to know the positive side of term limits and the downsides to them. So, some good things about term limits is that they provide a check on executive power and inhibit dictators and those ruling for money or their own personal gain. It also helps to focus the office holder on governing rather than winning elections because they won't be there forever. They also provide new opportunities for new leaders who have new ideas, policies, and goals for the country. In 2000, Mexico saw a party shift with the presidential election, and since then, Mexico has been in such a great state, and they're becoming more and more like a democratic regime. That's what I call progress. Disadvantages to executive term limits are that they force good executives to leave office. They allow insufficient time for an office holder to achieve goals, and they impede policy continuity because the short-term limits could mean one policy does one thing, but the next president's going to implement a policy that changes the old one, or does something a little bit different and creates confusion and stuff like that. It also can create a lame duck period for the office holder, which is the period after an election where the old office holder is still there. It can also weaken accountability and prevent the office holder from building experience as chief executive. And finally, it can cause poorly designed policy because it may have been rushed to get passed or not thought out all the way through. It also could be just a short-term solution as a policy. Now, before the video ends, I want to share this Google Doc I've been working on with practice questions and information on what you need to know for AP Comparative Government. This topic in particular is really good for an argumentative essay question on the FRQ section of the exam, and I have a practice essay for you to do for this topic number, so go check it out and enhance your skills. Alright, now it's the end of the video, so now I'm going to tell you to please like and subscribe and all that fun stuff, because I really want you to, and it really does help me out. And if you don't like it in 10 years, you can change your mind and unsubscribe and unlike the video and do all that work. So thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Adios.